Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, February 12th, 2026. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru, Covington Alsina, and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. I feel good about this melt-off. Things are beginning to get a little bit better and the roads a little bit clearer. Now, our Boomer Trivia continues with this music theme. What songstress of the 60s consented to a compilation album of her greatest hits as long as she could do a companion album called Mrs., and that's M-I-S-S-E-S? Was it Joni Mitchell, Melanie, Carole King, or Aretha Franklin? Hang tight, we're going to have that answer for you in a few minutes, but now we do have a bunch of news, so let's get right into it, shall we? Buddhist monks taking part in the Walk for Peace are scheduled to visit Annapolis this morning as part of a months-long journey promoting peace, love, and nonviolence. They're going to depart Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium at 9 a.m., walk north on Taylor Avenue, turn right onto Rowell Boulevard, and continue to Lawyers Mall and the Maryland State House, where they are expected to be welcomed by Lieutenant Governor Aruna Miller and Annapolis Mayor Jared Littman. Organizers say that the group has covered more than 2,300 miles in 108 days after starting in Texas, and the walk, originally planned to end in Washington, D.C., was extended into Maryland. The city of Annapolis is honored to welcome the participants of the Walk for Peace, Littman said. Their dedication and endurance in spreading their message of peace and nonviolence is an inspiration to us all. I look forward to greeting them in person at the State House on Thursday to honor their long journey. Now, Annapolis Police and the Maryland Capitol Police will be blocking intersections and implement road closures along the route. While people are welcome to watch from the sidelines, no one will be allowed to walk with the monks. Parking is available in the city garages or at the Calvert Street garages. Governor Wes Moore delivered his fourth State of the State address yesterday, striking a more neutral tone, even as tensions have been building both with President Donald Trump and inside Maryland's own political circles, especially with a projected $1.4 billion budget shortfall and a fight over redistricting. Moore told lawmakers that he doesn't think he's gotten everything right, joking, "I am more self-aware than the President of the United States," and describing himself as an outsider at heart. He also tried to cool the temperature on the redistricting dispute, saying leaders can disagree and still work toward Maryland's best interests, adding that democracy is messy and combative, and that's not a flaw, but a feature. Moore blamed Trump for Maryland's economic woes and accused him of withholding federal aid because Maryland voted Democratic in 2024, saying that the state will keep investing in majority Republican areas as well. Republicans fired back very quickly, with Senate Minority Leader Steve Hershey releasing a recorded message arguing that Maryland is not better off under Moore, saying that it is easy to blame Washington, but Marylanders want the governor focused on decisions made right here at home, including the high electric rates he attributed to policies in Annapolis. A new special exhibit marking 50 years of women at the U.S. Naval Academy is now open at the Museum of Historic Annapolis at the foot of Main Street. It highlights the stories of Naval Academy alumna who have helped shape the generations of military leaders. Trailblazers, 50 Years of Women at the U.S. Naval Academy is on display at the museum's community gallery at 99 Main Street near City Dock in partnership with USNA Women. The exhibit looks back to 1976 when 81 women entered the Naval Academy alongside more than 1,300 men and featured the stories of 16 alumna focused on leadership, service, and breaking barriers. Historic Annapolis is honored to give a voice to these remarkable trailblazers, said Karen Tymer Brown, president and CEO of Historic Annapolis. USNA Women Vice President Dr. Megan Gandy Nick said the exhibit arrives during a milestone year leading into a planned 50-year celebration in Annapolis from April 17th to the 19th. The exhibit does run through May 31st and is included with museum admission, which is $7 for ages 8 and up, with several free admission categories, including kids 7 and under, Historic Annapolis members, USNA midshipmen, St. John's College students with valid ID, and SNAP WIC recipients through the Museums for All program. Historic Annapolis also said that active duty military with valid ID will receive free admission while the exhibit is on display. And we've told you about this fundraising push underway for the Super Bowl, which is money for the lighthouse put on by Heritage Baptist Church. And a matching donor has just made things very interesting. Organizers do say that they've raised over $7,500 so far, and if they can bring in another $1,500 by the new deadline of Wednesday, February 18th, an anonymous donor will match that $1,500, pushing the total over the goal of $10,000. Donations can be made at heritageloves.com and selecting Donate Now, and then picking Super Bowl from the drop-down menu. And I'll tell you, this is one time when beat the clock is actually a good thing. Be sure to catch our local business spotlight this weekend. This week, I am chatting with Jen Sterling all about artist open houses. That's coming up this spring. That will drop at noon on Saturday, so you want to be sure to catch that over the weekend. And let me know if you know of any local organizations or businesses that you'd like to see spotlighted. I'll be more than happy to reach out. And in closing, one of the best ways to stay up to date on the local news is to receive the daily news recap email, which is sent out at 7 p.m. every single day of the year, all without a paywall. And here is a link right here in the show notes for you to sign up. And please let your friends, family, and colleagues all know about it as well. And I guess that is a wrap. As always, thank you for being you, and thank you for listening, and a thank you to the sponsors for today's Daily News Brief. Annapolis Subaru, Covington Alsina, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Hospice of the Chesapeake, and Makerspace. As for that trivia, it was Joni Mitchell. Mrs. is the compilation of her more experimental work, and now I need to go listen. All right, so now you just need to sit back because George Young is here with your Eye on Annapolis local weather, and Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace is here with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes. All that's coming your way, so hang tight.
Have you ever thought, I think I'm okay, but you just want to know for sure? Covington Alsina is right here in Annapolis, helping women put a clear plan around their money, their goals, and their life. For over a decade, they've helped women turn uncertainty into clarity with practical guidance built around real life. Whether you're making a career move, planning for retirement, managing investments, or sorting through tax and estate planning, Covington Alsina helps you get organized and move forward with confidence. And if you'd like to learn before you leap, Covington Alsina hosts monthly educational events, virtual and in person. Learn more at covingtonalsina.com and click events, or call the Annapolis office at 410-457-7165. covingtonalsina.com, at the intersection of women and wealth. Advisory services offered through Covington Alsina, a registered investment advisor. Investing involves the risk of loss and unless otherwise stated is not guaranteed.
Next up, we're diving into today's Eye on Annapolis weather forecast. From sunny skies over the bay to storm warnings that could impact your plans, we've got the details to keep you ahead of the curve. Stay tuned. It's all coming your way in just a moment.
Hey everyone, this is George Young with your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief weather forecast for Thursday, February 12th. The melting process will steadily continue across the Annapolis region over the next week plus as temps remain in the 30s and 40s for highs with some 50s likely maybe mid or late next week. Look for breezy highs today in the upper 30s or lower 40s with more sunshine and temperatures near 40 degrees tomorrow, 4 p.m. highs to close out the work and school week, with Saturday then bringing warmer temperatures with sunny highs in the 45 to 50 degree range. From there, we might see a bit of rain Sunday into Monday morning with highs Sunday in the lower 40s with mid to upper 40s expected both Monday and Tuesday of next week. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young for Eye on Annapolis Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net/weather for the latest conditions and forecast information for the Annapolis region, so you can always stay weather informed.
Coping with advanced illness can be overwhelming, and determining the best options for a loved one isn't always so easy. But here at Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, we want you to know you do have a choice. You can choose exactly who provides the care and the type of care you receive, and it's your decision when and where your loved one receives that care. We have served our community, family, and friends for over 40 years. We are there when you need us. Learn how we can help at hospicechesapeake.org.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. At Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road. Today, check out their comprehensive Learn to Knit class. Saturday, they have an intro to colorwork and steeking, making a Nordic bloom vest. And then on Sunday, they have Socks 101. And registration is open for more classes involving knitting and crocheting, socks, cardigans, amigurumis, and more. At London Town Gardens down in Edgewater, on Saturday, check out their My Upcycled Valentine workshop. At Art Farm in Annapolis, tonight they have a sketch night. Sunday, they have yoga in the gallery. Monday, there's watercolor for beginners. Tuesday, there's podcasting 101 for adults. And Wednesday, there's first exposure photography for adults. And for Art Farm's kids' art camps, there's a kids' art school for ages 4 through 5 on Monday. There's a kids' art school for grades 1 through 3 on Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. There's a kids' art school for grades 4 through 6 on Tuesday and Wednesday. There's hand-drawn comics for grades 3 through 5 tonight and Wednesday. Then on Saturday, there's fiber arts and mixed media for grades 4 through 6. And Wednesday, there's drawing and painting for grades 4 through 6. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, today, Glen Burnie has a STEM club. Deal has winter sewing workshop, starting seeds outdoors with mini greenhouses. Mountain Road has What's Cooking, Around the Board in 80 Ways, making charcuterie boards. Tuesday, Odenton has Make and Mingle. Discoveries has a pre-K party for Valentine's Day, doing art exploration. And Discoveries also has a Galentine's Day adult lock-in, where you can make cards, swap books, and enjoy waffles. On Saturday, Eastport Annapolis Nick has Build It with Lego, and also a Valentine's Day card-making workshop. Maryland City has Science Saturdays with thaumatropes, making optical illusions. Crofton has a great library bird count with Black AF and STEAM, celebrating Black Birders Week. Also check out other backyard bird count events at the local libraries. Also on Saturday, Severn has Anti-Valentines. Not feeling the vibe? Spend some time with non-romantic movies and crafts. There's also a LGBTQ plus Anti-Valentine's Day party at Riviera Beach. Bush Annapolis has Unfolding Creativity, the art of book sculpture, and Serrata Park has Community Service Crafternoon. This month they're making kits to heart, assembling care packages for patients and caregivers impacted by cancer. On Monday, Bush Annapolis says Listen and Create, work on your own crafts while listening to an audiobook with the group. Tuesday, Glen Burnie has Little Engineers Constructive Play. Eastport Annapolis Neck has Homeschool STEAM, Diamonds in the Sand. Serrata Park has Mindful Making. Broadneck has Broadneck Needlecrafters. And there's an online session of the Mindful Artisan Tangle. And then on Wednesday, Deal has a Winter Wednesday Crafternoon. Serrana Park has Steam on Ice. Eastport Annapolis Neck has the Mad Hatters Knitting and Crochet Club. Then there's an online session with the Cookbook Club with a Mystery Ingredient Challenge. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. You can find links to all these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. Whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
There are more than 500 pets in the care of the SPCA of Anne Arundel County that need good homes, and they have so much to offer the rest of us. At Annapolis Subaru, we are committed to helping the SPCA see that these animals stay safe and healthy. All year long, Annapolis Subaru partners with the SPCA to host pet adoption events, sponsor vaccination clinics, and community events. We feature pets on our weekly Canines and Crosstreks podcast. Our associates and our Subaru customers show up in packs at the Walk for the Animals and Lights on the Bay events. You can help our SPCA find loving homes for these pets. Volunteer, donate, foster, read a book, scratch some ears, or rub some bellies. Show up for the pets in the care of the SPCA of Anne Arundel County.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.